Today we're going to be removing the water pump on this 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Same thing with the Dodge Durangos, Jeep Wranglers, basically anything with the V6 Pinnacle Star engine. The V6 3.6 liter. Alright, so let's get to it. On this one here, this newer model, you cannot simply just remove this cover. There's actually a bolt holding it into place here. And this is going to be a 10mm bolt. So using a 10mm socket, we'll remove the bolt from there. All right, and we'll just set everything over to the side. Now we'll be able to remove this from here. We'll have to lift from the back as well. Just go to every corner and just pry the back up. There it is. I went to the other side already, and everything is loose, and we'll get this out of the way. I have these panels here because I removed the bottom just to verify that it is the water pump that is going bad. But to be able to change this water pump, which is right here, you need to access it from the top. See? Just to get a better view from underneath, because it was leaking from down in here. Once we have that removed, we're going to be removing the intake piping from here. This will use a flathead or an 8mm socket. I'm going to be using an 8mm for these. Alright, and I have the 8mm socket there. I'm just going to loosen this up. Loosen this one up over here. Sweet. Next, what we're going to do is disconnect the mass airflow sensor pigtail. There's a little safety tab. You pull that up and it releases. Whatever, it came off. There is the harness attached to it here. Using a trim tool removal, I'm going to pry this out. Just like so. Sweet. I'm going to disconnect it from here. And from over here. And get this out of the way. And it is pinned over here. Right there. Right at the end there. Set this down. Now we have a lot more access to everything here. I am going to remove this bracket because the water pump bolts are right behind this bracket here. So I'll break these loose here and remove this whole air pump assembly. Alright, for these bolts, we'll be using a 16mm socket. I'm probably going to need an extension for this one here. And we'll get this one out as well. Set these bolts over to the side. Looks like there's still something attached to it here. Probably this 10. It looks like it. Yeah. Let me remove that from there. I don't think that's a 10. I think that's an 8. Nope, it's a 10. There it is. Let's see if that did it. Yep, that did it. Sweet. Okay, so this is loose now. But it does have this coolant hose attached to it as well. I'm going to use the same trim tool removal to remove those from there. Hopefully these do not break. And we'll try to pry these out. It broke. Let's see if we get lucky on this one. It broke. Alright, sweet. Broken. And this is also attached to it here. This one did not break. The less shit we break, the better. Alright, and oof. Speaking of breaking, I think we're gonna have to disconnect this hose. Alright, this one's pretty simple. Just squeeze in both of the green little tabs on either end, on each side actually. Squeeze both of them at the same time and then pull out, and you're able to release this pump from here. And I'm gonna just shove this up here. just somewhere right there. Cool. This is in my way still. So let's move this like that. Sweet. Now what we have to do is remove the belt. And the way this belt is looped is pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Just goes through everything here. We're going to be releasing the tension on the belt with this tensioner here, with the 3/8 ratchet. We'll remove the belt, then we'll remove this idler pulley from here. And we'll start taking off the water pump. The hose clamps as well. Might want to have something underneath to catch all the coolant that's going to drop. All right, so there's the ratchet. I have an extension on it, and we'll go as we're going to loosen this up, and that will loosen the belt up. We'll have to remove the belt from there, and yeah, and there it is. I took it off the track. Kind of hard to do it single-handedly with the camera. All right, who's the jokester here? I guess maybe we'll take it off of that one first. All right, got that belt finally off. We'll remove that from there. Just throw that on the ground. Here's our water pump and idler pulley. Let's remove this idler pulley from here. All right, for this one, we'll be using a size 13 millimeter socket. Oh, that was dusty. And we'll set this over to the side. Bam. There it is. So now, what we have to do is disconnect these hoses and then drop all the coolant. Then we'll start removing the water pump. All right, and I'm going to be putting my pan underneath. Try to catch as much as I can so it doesn't get on the ground. But if I do, oh well. I'll just clean that sucker up. And let's remove these hoses from here. Sometimes these hoses are a little bit stuck. So what I like to do is rip them a little bit, twist them back and forth, and that breaks the seal. And there it goes. Our coolant. Whoa, Jesus Christ. Holy fucking shit. I can't make this shit up, bro. I cannot make this shit up. So much for trying to catch the freaking coolant. Oh my god. Fucking shit. Well, what can you do? Let's go for the second one now. Alright, I had to grab some different pliers because these are kind of at an angle here. And now, let's see what happens. Grab a bigger pliers so I can twist this hose from here, just how I did it with that spawn one. Oh, that sucker is a stucky. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see what happens. It's always a party. Cool. I just wanted to record the party. Alrighty then. So we could probably get some room by doing so and getting a socket back there. But what I am going to do is, since I just like to make it easier for me and easier for everyone, I'm just gonna undo this from here, pull this back. That should let this come forward, allow us to access these 3 bolts in the back. All right, same thing with this one. Remove that bracket, or moved it back, loosened it up. There we have it. Sweet. Hell out of our way now. This is the thermostat. Some people remove the thermostat, but this thermostat is good. There's no point of removing the thermostat. It's not leaking or anything. It's the water pump that's bad. So now that we have this done, we have access to our upper bolts. Then the side here, and we have the lower bolts here down at the bottom. So we'll get started with these top ones here. All right, this upper one is going to be a 16 as well. These are all different sizes. The 10s, some are shorter than the other ones. So what I am going to do is I am going to lay it down as I took it off. So when I put the new one back in, I am putting in those bolts as I took them off. All right, we'll start with this one and then move on to these next ones here. All right, these will be 13 millimeter for both of them. All right, and then these will be a size 10 millimeter socket. Using my speed ratchet does the job so much easier. AutoZone just brought me my replacement water pump. Here it is, brand spanking new, and they provided a brand new gasket. This is the part number. And let's see, let's take off this pump out of here. Yes, it is perfect. The only thing I don't like about them bringing me parts is I can't verify that it's the correct ones. So we have to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 left. I already got all these. Sweet. So let's continue. All right, I got all the bolts out except for one. There's one more. It's this one. That one's hidden. But I don't know if you could see it. Probably not. Let me see. The camera switched out my position. There it is. You see it? It's right behind the freaking crank pulley. And right here. Oh, more down here. Down in here. So the last one is down there. Make sure you take that one off. You don't want to break anything trying to yank this sucker out. Make sure you grab all the bolts. You should be able to reach it with an extension. Yeah. Alright, and there it is. The last bolt is off. And you can see there the different sizes of the bolts. Just keep in mind, these are the top ones. This is the top still. There's one short one. Then the rest are long. And the last 3 are short. Sweet. So, let's see what happens now. She's out. Sweet. And I suggest just cleaning all that out. Yuckies. I think that's our fail point right there. So just make sure you clean all that out, either with a wire brush or some green Scotch pad. That's what I'm going to use to clean all the surface off. You want to make sure everything is nice and smooth. All this corrosion, I think that's just because they add water. It hasn't been having coolant. That's why it looks like milky. So we'll add some brand new coolant to this here. We'll clean all this off. We'll put in the new pump. We'll burp the system. Make sure we get all the air bubbles out of there. And then we should be good to go. Sweet. And this video is just of how to remove it. Stay tuned for the next video of how to install it. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.